Oh, yeah, that's right. So, well, somebody make sure that we have audio properly. Because... All right, please do.
Don't jump on it.
Stomp on your PC! Take it down!
I'm observing, so
There. I've got headset over here, by the way, if you want to like test sound on yours.
actually, yeah, I was going to confirm that.
Audio properly. You can use mine or you can use
You don't
yours,
want those
whatever.
nasty Jeffrey headphones.
These are fairly new
It's
headphones.
disgusting.
Stomp on your PC. All right. If anyone has already tuned in for some reason, we're just not really starting yet. We're kind of getting some set up here. So, welcome. This is our new Twitch studio. It's not new to those of you who've been watching the Moonrise streams. Of course, this is old hat. But for people who have been waiting for State of Decay, this is the first time we've streamed State of Decay from this lovely facility at our offices here in beautiful downtown Seattle. And we got
Low riding.
I think we need to I think we need to request better chairs.
Oh no, this one's great.
Actually, we need to take the arms off so we can cuddle because it's kind of getting in the.
I can Go ahead.
For luck. Oh man, the top of your head is just like the top of my son's head. It's crazy. Seattle. Like I have a bald head sitting there sleeping on my shoulder pretty much every night. So. Anyway, so.
Uncomfortable silence. Feels,
So is it 1? It's not quite 1 o'clock. Under Labs just went live. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna check that out. Oh, I can hear. We have audio.
Can you jump into your Twitch real quick?
My Twitch. I'm in my Twitch.
We want to see the Twitch.
He's got it over there. He's been.
We need to. You have an echo.
Oh, I have an echo.
We need to go to your Twitch.
Do we have that up?
You do.
Oh, okay.
Right there. Yeah.
Oh.
That guy. Yeah.
Oh, is it not muted?
Make him be muted. Try that. Okay.
All right.
Let's try that.
All right. See, this is why we start a little bit early, folks. This is what we're doing. Okay. Oh, hey, we've already got. Oh, the chat's going and everything. Oh, this is lovely. Not that I can read any of it from here because my eyes don't work.
Hi, Undead Nicole.
Oh, hey, I've got my own little thing over here. Oh, we've already got a question. Is there new voice acting in YOSE? We can answer that. Yes, there is. Actually, so what we did was we can't really see it from here. So if we go into Breakdown, start a new game, you'll see we can't actually tell who these people are right now. But where did we? Oh, here we go. So if if you kill 10 screamers, you'll unlock this guy, who is Kelly Eldridge from Lifeline. Similarly, one of these people, I forgot where it is now. It might be this. I don't know. You got Hawks here. You got Kilo, and you got Vince. So we took 4 of our favorite characters from Lifeline, and we pulled them into Breakdown. And because all 4 of those characters have very distinctive voices, we actually brought all those actors back into the studio. And our writer, Andy Collins, wrote whole new versions of a lot of the breakdown lines for those characters to perform. So if you so if you pick up YOSE and you unlock those 4 heroes from Lifeline, you'll get to hear whole new versions of everything. He even rewrote all of the the pep talk scenes. So you got like Sasquatch pep talks.
I bet those are grand.
Yeah. Getting a pep talk from Sasquatch is a lot of fun. Okay, so I think it is actually officially 1 o'clock, so we should get this party started. So for those, so let's start at the beginning because we don't know. I mean, I figure most of the people who are on the Undead Labs Twitch channel probably know something about State of Decay. Maybe, but some of you maybe have just come in from Moonrise. You're really not sure what the State of Decay game is, so let's start from the beginning and just tell you what this is.
Attitude. Yes, we can handle beards. We have the technology.
Okay, so State of Decay, original State of Decay. It came out like June of 2013, like forever ago, and it's basically a zombie survival simulator. So it's not just about that moment when zombies are attacking you and trying to bite your face. It's about everything after that. It's about months, trying to survive for weeks, months, years after the zombie apocalypse. You've got a base that you're building. You've got a whole community of different survivors who have different skills and talents that you're trying to sort of train up to live in the time after the outbreak. And the game actually, it was surprisingly successful, given the fact that we had like no marketing budget or anything. Word of mouth sort of spread. The game did pretty well, and so we got to make some DLC for it. So the original State of Decay was telling a specific story about this particular group of survivors that was trying to live in this place called Trumbull Valley and eventually escape Trumbull Valley. But we wanted to go back and sort of do a version of the game that was all about the mechanics. You know, you're not trying to tell a specific story that we wrote. You're telling your own story with your own survivors. So that was Breakdown. So we added a bunch more of, like, mechanics that let you track your progress. We had a bunch of challenges you could fulfill to unlock crazy heroes with special abilities, stuff like that. It was kind of sort of the infinite mode, kind of New Game Plus version of the game. And then after that, we went back to storytelling and did State of Decay Lifeline, which is a story of this military unit that drops in to this completely overrun city, and it's zombies everywhere, and they're basically there to rescue people and get out before the zombies murder them all. So it was much more of a high intensity, lots of gunfire, base defense version of the game. Brant actually made a ton of military hardware for us.
Finally.
And yeah, we finally have to take the leash off Brant. He made all the military hardware, and we and so that did pretty well too. So now we've got all three of these versions of the game, and we're packaging them all together into the Year One Survival Edition. So that's what we've got up on the screen right now. This is the Year One Survival Edition. You pick this up and you go to the main menu, and it's got all three versions of the game listed here. You can pick whichever one you want. We'll start in Breakdown because that kind of gets to the gameplay the fastest. And one thing, if you've already bought the game, which I think a lot of the people on our channel probably have, if you've already bought the game, then when you start Breakdown, you start with a hero already unlocked. This is an exclusive hero that only people who own the original version of the game can get. So if you bought it on 360, then you get it on Xbox One, or if you bought it on Steam and then you buy this new edition of the game on Steam, you're gonna get this character, Gurubani Kar. So I'll start with her, and I will show you a little bit about her once we get into the game.
Big shout out to Captain C. Baker, one of our long-term fans who's always been supportive.
Yeah, we've met that guy a couple of times, and he's a load of laughs.
First of all, let's thank everybody for joining us. We really appreciate you guys.
And we should actually introduce. So, by the way, I'm Jeffrey. I'm the designer on State of Decay, and this is Brant. What do you do, Brant?
I build desks.
He builds desks. Both. He built my desk that I actually work at, and he also builds the desks in the game. So he's sort of a he's a renaissance man of desk building.
The desks in the game are much more stable than the ones that we have in the office here.
That's true. You can sort of bump into them. You can shoot them with guns. Nothing happens to them. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so I've started out as Gurubani here. Let's have a look at her. So first off, depending on the quality of your video feed, you may or may not be able to enjoy the beautiful detail of the texture on her hoodie. But you can see, it's got wrinkles and this beautiful pattern on the back. We basically, we kind of, since we were making a new character for this new edition of the game, we wanted to really pull out all the stops. And all of the characters in the game, their textures have been up-resed. Their animations have been, a lot of them, redone from scratch, so that we can really sort of make them look like they belong in this generation of hardware. And you can see she comes with a few special things. So first off, she's got this gun. This is the Wingate. Wingate, that's right. Brent, why don't you tell us about this gun, actually? You know more about it than I do.
It's modeled after the DeLisle rifle, commando rifle from World War II. It's an integrally suppressed scout rifle that the British in Burma in the jungles used to use to take out sentries quietly. And it was a long time requested item, but only in this case did we actually put an integrally suppressed gun in the game.
So mechanically, for those of you who haven't played State of Decay before, throughout most of the game you have to actually, a suppressor is something you separately attach to your gun. And you use it for a while, and eventually it wears out, and you don't have that suppressor anymore. Her weapon, because it has the, it's got an integral suppressor, that means that she never has to swap out the suppressor. Now, she has to keep the gun in good repair. And so she's going to definitely want a good workshop so that she can, go and repair the weapon when it needs to. But as long as she has that weapon, it's always silent or suppressed. Suppressed.
I just about had it.
Yeah. I almost gave Brent a stroke just there by saying the word silent. So let's see here. So we're actually, so because we're playing Breakdown. Let's take these guys out first. Slash. All right.
Nice distance.
That's how we roll in this game. Let's see here. Okay, we got a couple questions we're gonna answer in just a second, and okay, so we got a couple of questions here. So first off, what is our favorite new thing in YOSE. So we'll probably go into details about several new things here. My favorite thing... Okay, we're going to have to save that question up, because my favorite thing is actually something we're going to show you much later in the game. Do you have a favorite thing that you can bring up now while we're on our way to our
I just like
community?
sitting here with you, Jeffrey.
Well, that's
my favorite thing.
That makes me feel so special inside. You wouldn't believe it. Okay, cool. Let me...
So we've been getting some network notes here. And I think Jeffrey's going to answer a lot of these later on in the Twitch. But let's talk about what's really cool about the fact that we got to go back and work on this version.
Absolutely. So,
yeah, sure.
Okay.
So we were, first of all, we're thankful, blessed, humbled by the fact that the game did so well that we do have the opportunity to go back and present it to you in a way that's taking advantage of the new hardware. We fixed a lot of things, and we also wanted to make it worth your time to come back to Trumbull Valley. So there's some really neat additions that Jeffrey and the other designers had worked on, and it plays like a whole new game, really, because it's a lot smoother than the old one. We've reduced the jankiness by, I think, 78%.
Yeah, 78% listed. I think that was the exact figure, actually. The testers did a bunch of research on it. So I should mention, by the way, that so one of the questions that we just got was about Gurbani. Is she just sort of random, was the question, or is she modeled on somebody that in particular? And she isn't modeled on any particular person. She is kind of herself. I think that some of the reasons that we went with her was partly because at my last job I actually spent a fair amount of time in India working with the team of folks. We're making a hunting game on mobile. And I spent a lot of time with those guys. Actually, one of my coworkers out there invited me to celebrate Diwali with his family at his house. And so I kind of had this thought in my head that I really wanted to do a character that was from a culture we hadn't spent a lot of time with, because we've seen a lot of katanas in these games. We see there's certain like kind of cultural touchstones that you get in the zombie apocalypse all the time. But I hadn't yet seen an Indian zombie slayer with carrying a khanda. And so that's what she's got here. And it just felt like it was sort of it was a unique direction to go. But really, one of the things that was motivating us was the thing that Brant was talking about. The fact that we've got we really wanted to make this game worthwhile for people who are coming back to play it for the second time. Like I said before, we didn't have a marketing budget. We didn't have, there was most of the stuff that really sort of helps a game to get out there and succeed wasn't there with this game. And so it was purely word of mouth. It was people falling in love with the concept, downloading the game, and then telling all of their friends to download the game that made it possible for us to keep making it. So we wanted to come up with something, because Gurbani is the special bonus unlock for people who already own the game. We wanted her to be really different from everything else. We wanted her to really stand out so that it would be a reward, kind of a thank you gift, for people who've been with us from the beginning.
Yeah, she's badass. There's no way around it. She is badass.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
Actually, yeah, you guys probably on this channel probably know something about what these words actually mean on the screen. So she's got her cardio is maxed out. Her wits are good. Her fighting and shooting start low because she's actually like a med student. So she doesn't actually start out as the most amazing fighter, but she does have some good weapons. You spend some time with her, you'll get that up no problem. And then she starts with reflexes, medicine, and research as some of her special skills. So you add her to your base. You're going to be researching things faster. You're going to have somebody who can staff your infirmary, and she's got access to some of the kind of cooler combat moves in the game. Once you train her up. So anyway, let me.
So as he's walking around the world, you'll notice, especially people who played the 360 version are going to notice that everything's clearer, everything's nicer, crisper. The textures have all been increased in size.
Yeah, everything's been up-resed. You can see a lot more detail in these things than you could before.
In many cases, some of those props have been completely rebuilt and retextured. to take advantage of all the new bells and whistles that we're able to do.
And one of the advantages too is not just like you look at things close up and you can see a lot more detail in them. I mean, all of these plants and things, but you can also see a lot farther. Let me see if there's a good vantage point I can get where you can really see this in action, because I know those of you who played the original game on 360 in particular got used to the fog wall. It's kind of, which I think in a horror game, or at least a game where things are supposed to be kind of creepy and scary, having a lot of fog isn't necessarily a bad thing. But now you can see these trees off in the distance. You can see the crests of these mountains, and if you get up into a high place, you can basically see forever, which is really big help, especially if you're playing one of the higher difficulty levels of Breakdown. You want to be able to see how many zombies are between you and your destination, and now you can see that a lot. Oh, but except you can't see behind you. One thing we did not add was 360-degree support. So yeah, oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Get away from me, you jerks.
As usual, when Jeffrey's playing, we'll probably get to see player death as well.
Yeah. Take this guy out. No, you do not get to eat me today. No. Out. Where did you come from, you
You're seeing
jerk?
the completely redone effects that we...
oh, yeah, the blood effects. The blood effects you're seeing are all new. And actually, you know what? Let's go find another zombie and show off some of our new combat animations.
Oh, yeah.
So, actually, while I'm headed over here... we've got a question from one of our longtime players. Can Lily get sick? While I'm headed over to show off this mechanic. Lily's already sick. Lily has lupus. So, that's... So yes, Lily can get sick. In fact, she gets sick before the game begins. Will the game get patched like the original? It really kind of depends on whether it needs to be. We definitely, we're making, we've always make a long-term investment in our games, and we're definitely, if it turns out there are any issues or problems after release, we're going to be watching those, and we're going to be doing our best to keep this game up and running, in the best possible condition. Now, you're seeing something here that's brand new.
Let me answer Mattio's question. Is the Year 1 edition only for Xbox One or for PC as well?
It is for both. Yeah, so you'll be able to get it on Steam, you'll be able to get it in the Xbox One store, and it's going to be on store shelves for the first time, which is kind of a brand new thing for us. Our company's only been doing digital download games so far, so this is going to be kind of an exciting new thing. To walk into Best Buy and see like an end cap of just full of State of Decay. So the thing that you've been seeing here, let me go find another zombie. I unequipped her sword. So now, normally in the original State of Decay, you'd basically be left shoving and kicking zombies, trying to get them off you. You couldn't really fight them. But now we've got kind of a more, professional class of survivor who, they all carry a knife as a backup weapon. Now these knives, they don't decay over time. They don't, break down. Am I just saying the titles of
yes,
our products
I was
here?
wondering about how knives could be worked into Lifeline.
Yeah.
They are your lifeline.
I should have planned that ahead and just gotten it all done. So they'll never wear out, and basically it just makes you more deadly one-on-one against zombies, so you're never left completely helpless. But if I try to get in a big crowd of zombies and fight them with this, the disadvantage is that I can't hit multiple zombies at a time. So most of your other weapons, when you're chopping at a crowd of zombies, you're hitting each time you swing 2 or 3 zombies, and you're kind of keeping them back from you, keeping them under control. This knife will only engage with 1 zombie at a time. So if you're in a crowd, you're going to get in big trouble. Let's see. So another question. So will the game get patched? Yes. Okay. So I covered those questions. Anybody anything new on the chat there before we move on to the next thing?
Oh, do we tell them about the different knives they can get?
Oh, yes, that was a big part of this. Okay, so you see this. We kind of got our vanilla knife here, but depending on where you pick up a retail copy of the game, you might actually get a different knife. So this is the default knife, but if you buy it at GameStop, you're going to get like this fantasy replica knife with beautiful glowing magical jewels on it. If you pick it up via Amazon, you'll actually get this fancy high-tech looking box cutter. And if you pick it up from Best Buy, you'll get a knife that seems reminiscent of kind of, famous movie knife. Let's just say that if somebody else tries to show you their knife, you'll probably say that's not a knife. That's a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah. So That's because, so yeah. So if you're planning on picking up a disc version of the game, consider oh no. Consider getting it at one of those places because yeah, you'll get basically every time you run out of weapons, you'll get to look flashy.
Question from the stream: is Shark Hoodie Guy making a return?
Shark Hoodie Guy, yeah, he's basically in the game the same way he always was. You know, we've only added things to the game. We haven't replaced or taken things out. Unless you count, taking out the fact that you were kicking like a rocket whenever you ran out of weapons. So,
can the HUD be altered or hidden?
I don't believe so. I think that the HUD is pretty much where the HUD is. You won't have this massive screen with our faces on it, though, in the lower right corner of the screen.
Sadly,
I imagine that that's probably a little bit of a hindrance to seeing the game here. Where am I? Oh, I've gotten way off course. I'm actually headed over this direction, so let me mark that on my map.
Are there any new sayings?
New sayings? I mean, like dialogue lines?
Yeah.
So the new characters, the guys that we're bringing over from Lifeline, those guys all have new dialogue, which helps sort of if you got those characters in your community, it'll kind of beef up the variety. I was actually thinking of at some point we should bring Andy in on one of these streams so we can talk about the writing in this game and in Lifeline, because he's done a bulk of that work. But yeah, so we've got. One thing we've tried to do in the game is make sure that a lot of our lines. There's always this kind of this narrow path you have to walk between. Writing lines that are clever and that stand out and that are memorable, and writing lines that you can hear a dozen times and not feel like you're basically somebody's chattering your ear off, annoying you.
Let's talk about the Prepper Pack. We have a question about that.
Oh yeah. Oh, we should look at.
How will the Prepper Pack work for Steam? Will the skin appear on a specific vehicle?
Yeah. Let me actually, as soon as I'm done dying, I really should at some point get my weapon back.
Yeah, you might.
This is just the worst. Okay.
So the Prepper Pack is a pre-order bonus.
Yeah, why don't you tell about that while I try not to die?
And we've included, that works for Steam and for Xbox 360.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so basically, as long as you pre-order the game or buy it in sort of the day one window, just buy it sort of during the early phase of release.
Oh, there's a new move.
Yeah, you get that's your sort of special knife dodge move. Sort of knock the guy out of the way. I think because my stamina is down, I'm not fighting nearly as well.
Try eating a snack after
I should eat a snack. Oh yeah.
Oh, you got him there.
I got it. Oh.
Get your new weapon back.
Yeah, let's get our weapon back. Okay, so what was I answering?
Prepper pack.
Okay, yeah. So let me quickly head over to. I was gonna go headed towards the gun store.
Uh-oh. Aim for the head, buddy.
I'm trying. Oh, I can do this. No problem.
So the Prepper Pack.
Sorry, everybody.
The Prepper Pack will come with a new gun.
Yes.
It'll come with
a new axe and a new SUV. So first off, we've expanded the range of vehicles in the game. We've actually got a lot of new skins on these vehicles. Those of you who've played the game before will probably see a couple of them while you're out here. And we've also made a brand new. We brought in a brand new type of vehicle, which is the SUV. And so if you pick up if you pre-order the game, you pick up the Prepper Pack, you'll get a fancy SUV that's got camouflage painted on it. You're going to get the new folding axe, which is just it's a quick, durable bladed weapon, and then you'll get the SKS Survivor is what you called it.
That's right.
So that's got a special feature on it, which is a underslung grenade launcher. So that's all. Actually, so we've added two new weapon types to the game. We've added two new types of firearms to the game. We've added underslung grenade launcher. So basically, you've got a straight up assault rifle, except if you switch to your alternate fire mode, you're actually firing grenades out of it instead. You got to have grenade ammo to make that work, but you don't have to completely go into your backpack to get out your grenade launcher, fire it once, and then you're out of grenade ammo, and you've got to switch back to your other weapon. You can actually just use the ammo as you need it.
40 millimeters of crowd control.
And there's some zombies coming in to say hi.
And there's also.
So we're actually looking right now. I'm not sure if we're going to get one or not. We'll find out. We're looking for the incendiary shotguns right now. Okay, I think that was... Okay, let's just search fast. Whatever, we'll be fine. Nope, not there. You know what? It's in the gun safe upstairs. Let's see if it's. Let's look in the gun safe. All right. Gun
So
safe.
the incendiary shotguns
Looks like
are
there's
specialized.
Yes.
There it is.
And there's
to-
some ammo for that too.
To their own types of shells.
Let's
So you won't
see.
be able to use incendiary shotgun shells in regular shotguns.
Yeah. It's basically sort of kind of an inherent limitation technically. It wasn't a really good way to make the same weapon use two different types of ammo. But catch on fire, you jerk! Oh, that was. This guy's fireproof. What the crap? That was weird. Okay. Take these guys down.
Any way to set the day and night cycle? The night scares me sometimes. No. No, there is not a way to set the day and night
That
cycle.
is not within your control.
What content from Lifeline is migrating to Breakdown?
Okay, so there's a bunch of things there. So we've got those characters. We at the very beginning, we talked about the fact we're bringing over 4 characters, which is Sasquatch, Hawks, Kilo, and Vince. We re-recorded all of their lines. Well, not re-recorded, but we went in and had them record the lines they needed to be in Breakdown. So you got all those voices in the game. And then I'm going to head over to Jurassic Junction. And then we also brought over some of the new facility actions that were in Lifeline. So in Lifeline, you could actually upgrade your workshop so that you had the ability to refill your brass and sort of recycle your ammo and basically make the calibers of ammo that you needed. That's in there. The ability to make snacks in the kitchen has been brought into the main game. And wow, there's at least one other thing. But yeah, so basically a lot of the stuff that sort of made life a little bit easier in Lifeline has been brought over into Breakdown.
Let me jump over to a question here.
Yeah.
Brant Jeffrey, in your honest opinion, why would I, someone who bought the original Breakdown and Lifeline, invest in this re-release? Good question.
Oh, you're not gonna answer it?
No, I'll go into. Well, I didn't know.
Yeah, no, you can go ahead or I'll answer it.
So this is closer, and we're getting with the new graphics capabilities. We've been getting closer and closer, and the ability to go back and fix a lot of the things that we wanted to before the first release. This is closer and closer to that vision we had in our head the day Jeff decided to start the studio. We were hampered by some of the technical issues that we ran into in the first game, and we've been able to address many of those. And like when I say it plays like a new game, it's pretty amazing the difference. Now, to add value to people who do return, we have brought a lot of the things that Jeffrey's already been talking about, the characters, and the upgrades that we've done. There's a new mission type that I don't know if we're still talking about yet.
Yeah. I can go into that in just a second if you want. Or
There's we've brought the entire list of weapons and guns back into the main game from Lifeline. So I believe every weapon and item we've made is now available backwards into the main game. So you can play with your favorite Lifeline stuff in the original game as well.
Yeah, we went through and sort of like originally each DLC pack sort of came with its own separate weapon list, and now we kind of think every weapon you've ever been able to play with, in any version of the game is available now in all versions of the game. Brand alluded at one point to the fact that in addition to, like I said, like all of the new weapons that we've added, the new moving characters and stuff around, bringing in the new facility actions. We've also added a new mission type. We're not going to be able to show it, I don't think, during this session because it kind of shows up a little bit later in the game. But we've got oh man, almost made it.
Concrete fence.
We've got these radio messages that start coming in over the radio, which is where radio messages usually come. And you start basically, you'll look at your map and you'll see these supply drops starting to appear around your map. Now, these supply drops have these beacons on them that make a lot of noise, and they attract huge crowds of zombies. But if you can get in there with your best weapons and your best car, take out those zombies and turn off that beacon before it attracts more, you'll get some of the best loot in the game. Brant made a whole line of new weapons that spawn with these things. You'll get resources, you'll get big piles of consumables, and you'll get to play through this sort of series of little missions that sort of kind of set up a mystery. Where are these supply drops coming from? who is sending them? Why do they know we're here? Why do they seem to care about us? Or do they not care about us? Are we stealing them from somebody? Don't really know. And spoilers, I never actually tell you. One of the points of this is the fact that, this franchise is not over yet. We can't really announce or talk about anything that might be going on in the future. But one thing that we can tell you is that this franchise is not going to end with the Year One Survival Edition. We're going to keep making State of Decay. And so I like it. I'm kind of in love with the idea that I can start a mystery now, knowing that I'll have the chance to pay it off later.
So I'm going to answer a whole bunch of questions really quickly.
Okay. And then I should answer the ones that Foggy handed me a minute ago.
One of them is, did we add new places and secrets and things like that to the base map? And our answer to that is, this is the definitive version of the game that we released before. We haven't added anything like structurally new besides the new mission types and things like that. Let's see. Do the pre-order knives do anything other than change the appearance of the knife? No. They just show...
They are so beautiful.
They just show where you got it if you bought it at one of those retail partners. Let's see. Are there new assault rifles? There's a whole line of new guns that are related to the new mission type, and then there's a few others that I threw in there. I spent most of my time going back and reworking textures and props, and less on guns this time, because I think we are up to 240 now, and
we have more guns in the game than you could ever possibly actually obtain during the game.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, obviously, I guess you could play for an infinite amount of time and break down, and so yeah, you could see them all, but you wouldn't even know you had. It's just a ridiculous number of guns. Some of the guns that Brant made and some of the new other weapons that he made actually were for one of our new features we're supporting on the Xbox One, which is challenges. So you may or may not know what challenges are, because it's not necessarily a very well-known feature, but they're basically these kind of alternate set of achievements you can get that are time-based. So like you'll see an announcement on Xbox Live that for the next month or the next 2 months, if you do this thing in this game, you're going to get a challenge for it. You're going to accomplish a challenge, and it gets added to your list of achievements, and you feel good about it, and it's sort of... It's a way to kind of for us to be able to keep engaging with our audience. But we're doing something special with it, which is if you complete a challenge on the Xbox One, we're actually going to unlock something in your radio menu. Now, it works the same way as the Preppers Pack, actually. Let me show you here. So the Preppers Pack right now is unlocked because we pre-ordered this. Oh my gosh! That's one of the challenges of playing an open-world sandbox game. So the Preppers Pack, I'm going to go inside and look at this. The Preppers Pack, right here, if I pick it up, then basically we've had delivered into my supply locker now the new SKS Survivor rifle.
What?
Let me stash some of the equipment that I've already got here. Yeah, so we got the SKS Survivor. I've also got some ammo for it, so now I've got a whole bunch of grenades. And what else did we get? Oh, freaking zombies. Okay. Seriously, guys.
While he's fighting them, if you have the Xbox 360 version, do you get a discount on the Xbox One version? If you buy it on under the same account, yes, you get the $10 discount.
I need to switch.
So
characters.
you get all three of our releases for $20 instead of $30. Let's see. Can I get the Lifeline truck and breakdown with more frequency using Ray Santos?
I don't think he's got any particularly high frequency with that particular vehicle, but that vehicle is in the regular map now. It used to not be. It used to be you could only get it in Lifeline. Now it's actually you can get it in Fairfield, and in fact we might have actually been driving one around for a while.
Yeah, you were.
So you can definitely get it. I don't know if it's. I don't think we've given it any particular high frequency with him. So treat it as a special vehicle. When you pick it up.
There is new music to answer your question.
I just barely see it. Gurubani was about to die, but it just switched characters. So, never mind.
Cheater.
Little help?
Oh, okay. Now Gurubani's fine.
I don't know exactly how much new music we got. I could run to Kevin's.
It was 30 minutes, I think.
Okay.
Something like that.
New survivors besides Gurubani.
It was Gurubani, and actually one of our Xbox One challenges. Okay, so the challenges. Just like with the Prepper Pack, you're seeing, that we had a new radio call-in that let me put into this lovely box here the new axe, the new weapons, everything. So basically, each time you complete one of our Xbox One challenges, you're going to get a supply drop like that, where you can get a bunch of new weapons that are maybe themed some way. One of them is a new survivor. You can get sometime probably in the middle of the year. You'll get a new survivor. One of them is a special request from our fans in the forum, which is pie. You're going to get the ability to bake pie. You're going to get a supply drop full of pie. And that pie is going to be available probably sometime towards the end of the year. So
I did research on blappleberries.
Blappleberries, yeah.
to create that pie.
So so the reason for us, doing this is most games on the Xbox One actually don't even support this feature. But the reason that we're doing it is because we found how valuable it was for us to have this active forum of people playing the game consistently. From the time it was released, we've got this consistent community of people who've been playing this game, playing it on Twitch, sending us feedback in the forums. And these challenges it's sort of a reason for players to continue engaging with the game over the course of the year, to keep giving us feedback on what they're enjoying, what's maybe not going right for them, and that lets us keep learning about the game ourselves and keep making it better.
And that actually segues right into this question. Do you guys look at the mods on PC for ideas? And not only do we look at mods and see what's going on and what people are responding to, but we also, again, the forums are such a huge resource for us. But the mod community has done some really interesting things out there. Some goofy, some really smart, and we keep our eye on the mod topics on our forums pretty carefully. There are some great ideas, and we're always open to suggestion and new ideas.
So a couple of the questions that I've received that I've been sitting here ignoring because I'm playing the game included, am I currently playing on an Xbox or a PC? I'm currently playing on a PC, where this is actually one of our PCs that we take to PAX. Actually, let me switch to my grenade launcher real quick. Gotta load in a grenade. Oh, they're too close now. They're too close. Ow. Okay, we're gonna... Oh.
Yeah, you got your prepper axe.
Yeah, everything's fine. Okay, we're just gonna fight them.
So I chose the SKS for the prepper pack because it's so rugged and reliable. Just a little bit of
back. These guys out, yeah. No, you will not stand up. You're a jerk.
Any character customization?
No, we didn't add that. Partly just because one of the challenges you face in the zombie apocalypse is you don't get to decide who you are or who your friends are. It's like you survive. You don't get to decide. To have suddenly had the background of being some kind of badass super soldier. It's that you just are who you are. And similarly, you're gonna meet people, and they're just gonna be who they are. And part of the challenge of the zombie apocalypse is dealing with that. So so we didn't add character customization specifically because this is it's part of what it means to be in the zombie apocalypse. So okay, so I have switched to my grenade launcher. You notice that I've been shooting guys in the head. Now I have a grenade with this gun.
What did that truck ever do to you?
Nothing from now on. So that works on trucks. Let me switch back again. Works on zombies. Works on anything. It works on zombie trucks.
Apparently that was a zombie truck too.
Yes. We got a question that I was asking. Are we planning on doing any more DLC in the future? And the answer is just we don't know right now. A lot of it just kind of depends on how things go. We didn't when the original game came out. We didn't know if we were doing any DLC for that either. We ended up doing 2. And so we'll just have to see how things go in the future here. You get a new question?
Has the size of the community storage changed?
I don't believe so. No, it's still what it always was.
There's also no fewer slots for facilities at each base. Like I said, we took what we had and tried to
do the best possible version of what we had.
Improve on the things that we had established so far. Sort of the same reason why we didn't add new base sites, because one, they're a pain in the ass to make, and not just from actually making them, but actually fitting them into the balance of the world. That takes a lot of time to massage those things to make them correct. So we just wanted to go with what we had and make it the absolute best we possibly could. How much further is the draw distance? 40 2.75. No, it's not. I don't know. It's just a lot farther than it used to be.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. I always got to reload.
Let's see. Can you move? This is a big one. Can you move your save from 360 to Xbox One?
Yes, you can. There's actually, so we're going to release a title update for the 360 version around the same time that the Year 1 Survival Edition comes out. So if you start up your original game on the 360, you're going to have a new option on the main menu, which is to upload your save to the cloud. And if you do that, and then you get YOSE, YOSE is our acronym for Year 1 Survival Edition. If you get the Year 1 Survival Edition and start it up, you can then pull down your save from the 360 and start exactly where you left off.
And then this is maybe the most important question that's been asked so far. Any YOSE merch? I want Jeff and Brant masks for Halloween.
We actually were considering wearing masks ourselves for the broadcast. I don't know if you guys were here for our Halloween Twitch a couple of years ago.
Well, why would we deny you this beauty?
So yeah, all you need to do is just buy a cheap fake goatee and you're good.
That's right.
So,
shave your head.
You can be either one of us. Whether or not you decide to put a bald cap on just determines which one of us you are, and it's that easy. You know, you can. If you actually, you know what? If you come to any of our appearances at PAX, we've got piles of T-shirts out there. And if you sweet talk us, we might even have like piles of candy and stuff we can hand out to you. So there's lots of ways you can get beauty and love from Undead Labs. Just come over and tell us you played the game, and that'll make us super, super happy.
If you spend a lot of time in our PAX lines, you're gonna have a sugar hangover like you've never experienced before.
Yeah, I think this really should be a tradition across the board of candying the line is what Annie Strain, our one of our bosses, calls it. She basically gets one of the big Halloween bowls of candy and takes it around.
So talk about your favorite. Are you ready to talk about your favorite
my
new thing?
favorite thing. Okay, so my favorite thing to add to the Year 1 Survival Edition was those supply drop missions, probably. Just and I meant to actually highlight that as my favorite thing when I talked about it before. Was basically that sense for me that I was sort of laying the groundwork for what comes later in the future was really exciting for me because there's a lot more development we want to put into this world. There's a lot more expansion we want to do on what it means to be living in this zombie apocalypse. And so for me, it felt like sort of the first step that I was getting to take into that arena. And so I really hope folks like it because I had a lot of fun scripting it, and I know you had a lot of fun making those weapons.
Are there any new weather effects? There are no new weather effects. We don't have weather changes, but what we did add was time of day effects that change sort of the feeling of the area that you're in. Like during certain times of day, the wind will pick up and start kicking dust around. At night, in certain places, it can get misty and really freaking creepy. Like the first time I saw it, it was brown trousers time. Can we shove disabled cars off the road? No, just like real life. Cars turn into like the most dense materials in all of creation. They're like the stuff that makes up quasars.
Yeah, exactly.
No, unfortunately not. That would have required each one of those cars to be
a big physics object.
Physics objects. It's a lot the same reason why we don't have breakable fences. Because each one of those sections would have to be an entity that we keep track of, and that would just get a little too much for our engine. Let's see. Are the zombies going to be hard to kill? Do they bite harder? Original SOD was easy. Is there a hardcore mode? There is a hardcore mode. Yeah. It's called Breakdown.
Yeah, Breakdown basically it gets as you play it, it gets harder and harder and harder. It does. Eventually, there is sort of a limit to how much harder the game can feel once you get into maximum hard territory. But yeah, no, it definitely gets a lot harder. And so we've got some people on Twitch who play the game at breakdown level 15, breakdown level 30. And I'm like, how the crap are you guys doing that?
I couldn't even test it at that level because I would just get killed so fast.
Yeah, no, seriously. I would just be in sort of crouch mode all the time, just sneaking around, not doing much, just trying to survive each second. But there's some people who have gotten really, really good at playing the game at that level, which is amazing and makes us happy. I have a question that I've been ignoring for a long time, which is, are there any Easter eggs or surprises in the game? Any sort of like weird references to pop culture references or anything? And I have to say, sorry, no. There are no pop culture references of any kind in our game.
No, we don't like to do that.
So I am driving around a car right now that might seem a little bit familiar. We've got, those who have been watching our Twitch streams for a long time will know Brant has a tradition of going over to Jurassic Junction and trying to knock the big fiberglass dinosaurs around. And so, because that's sort of a favorite location of ours, the artist who was working on our vehicles decided to make sort of a tribute vehicle to Jurassic Junction.
Also, the same guy who made basically this beautiful world that you're driving through.
We should mention that. Yeah, he made this, and he basically spent more than a year making that Lifeline map. While we were all making Breakdown, he was making the Lifeline map, and all of those beautiful jumps off the backs of energy drink trucks, and all of the different ways that you have suddenly lost your vehicle and been surrounded by zombies in the middle of the game. He made all of that stuff.
Yeah, the Lifeline map actually kind of happened because he was looking for something to do.
Yeah, exactly. So we had a lot of ideas for what the next DLC was going to be, but eventually we sort of centered on the one that someone had already made a map for.
James McMillan, our level guy, showed up at a meeting and goes, "Oh no, we've already got the next map done." So that made it really easy.
So we still had to decide, who was going to be living in that map. Was it the military? Was it, something else? But yeah, so there were still decisions left to be made, but he certainly made one of the choices very, very much easier.
So what's the durability of the SUV?
I don't have a number for you, but I believe it is higher than the other things. That's all I can say.
Rich, do you remember setting it?
50% higher than other things?
Yeah,
so it's a 50%
pretty rugged
gain. You see, I've been hitting a lot of things with this car. It's only now starting to smoke, so it's not too bad. And similarly, a lot of we made a point of a lot of the new weapons and things, the things that we're treating as rewards. Made sure to give them a decently high durability, because to sort of let you keep them around a little longer. And of course, you can always repair them in your workshop. Oh, that was one of the other things we added, by the way, we brought over from Lifeline, was manually repairing weapons in your workshop. So instead of having to leave them overnight, if you're feeling urgent about getting a particular weapon repaired, you can actually go in and spend some materials to just repair that weapon right now. You just do that once you've built up your workshop the right way, you can just do that through the supply locker menu.
Are you going to do the traditional?
I think
you got to go get that pickup truck.
I should probably where. It's right in there.
Yeah.
But you know what? I've never tried this. I've only watched Brant do it, so I'm not really the expert.
This can't end well.
It really can't. So we got some more questions coming in. By the way, the mysterious force that's been providing us with questions is our design director, Richard Fogarty. So everyone say hi to Richard.
Has the influence system changed?
Let me think. It's not changed in any huge ways. I mean, it was different between the original game and Lifeline. In Lifeline, there are a lot of things that you had to pay a significant amount of influence in order to do things like get things out of your supply locker and bring followers along on missions. And a lot of that stuff got a lot cheaper in Lifeline, so you could focus on the big ticket items like supply drops and airstrikes. So that is still the case, but we didn't make any major changes to the way the game works in that regard. Because again, we wanted to.
All right, here we go. Oh no!
Oh no!
Look
at
that!
Failure. This takes a lot of love and practice, and that is something that Brant has put into this.
It's okay, you can make him fly. Hey, look at that! There we go.
Okay,
fly, be free.
It's like a boomerang. I'm gonna get in the space.
Let's see. Does the draw distance change depending on time of day? Well, the time of day effects that happen will certainly change your draw distance. Like especially at night,
It's just more mist.
Yeah,
basically.
The mist really closes in, makes it feel claustrophobic, gives you that horror movie kind of feel in some places. let's see. But we don't like put a governor on the time of day draw distance at all. We just want
it to feel creepy.
Feel creepy, yeah. Can I move my main game and breakdown save from 360 or Xbox One?
We treat it as one big save, basically. Yeah. So the action that moves your save moves the whole thing, moves everything.
Thanks, sir.
So I can't hear the game, so I just feel the need to make Foley sounds whenever I'm playing. So I'll be like pew 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 pew, and yeah.
Is day or night still an hour of real time? Is night any darker?
I don't think night got darker, but we can say it's still a full day night cycle is about 2 hours in the game.
And I know that we have tuned the parameters on day night, so there's going to be some difference. Like it just looks better now. Night, I don't think it's any darker. But we've gone back and fixed a lot of things that really stood out at night because
Finding Feral.
Oh yeah, Finding Feral. So there's not going to be as many of those like props that shine for no reason in the middle of the night. But we just tried to make it visually better. I mean, the shadows themselves have been completely redone.
We need to. Okay.
So
I'll follow you.
there's not a huge. We didn't make any changes in the actual amount of time that it takes to run through a 24-hour cycle. Where are all the freaks?
I'm about to go hunting a feral right now.
Yeah, he's going to look for a feral as we speak.
Food.
Of course, this is not a very leveled up character, so I don't know how this is going to go. I should bring a vehicle. Hey, buddy, you want to come get in a vehicle with me? How about our new SUV? Let's get in the new SUV, everybody.
Will Lifeline get a breakdown mode?
Will Lifeline get a... no, breakdown is breakdown. Partly, one of the reasons is just that, breakdown is more interesting on the map that's got a lot of different bases on it. Hit him?
He might just jump at your car. Oh, you got
nice. All right.
it. You launched him.
Beautiful. There was a feral. So by the way, we're at the beginning of breakdown, which is why we're not seeing quite as much zombie density. It starts fairly easy and it gets more difficult over time. So because we started the game at the beginning, so you could see, Gurubani on the menu, stuff like that. That means we're seeing less zombie density than we usually have.
Let's see. Who replaces all the signs and stuff that I knocked down while driving? There is still a governmental infrastructure in Trumbull Valley. Unfortunately, all the ones that are useful to you were eaten.
It's basically just Judge Lawton walking around with a big bag of signs.
Well, and there's
stabbing them into the ground.
There's also Cletus, who is the county maintenance guy who drives around and takes care of that. He's very stealthy. You never see him, but he does his job. That's
the best kind of government work. The kind of you depend on it, but you just don't even know it's
Whoa! We're getting political. Cletus takes care of business is basically what we're trying to get at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Really use a watchtower.
So I think it's important to keep talking about why we feel this has value to the people who've already paid money for our game.
That's good. Well, okay. So one thing did we talk already about the fact that there's a discount? You did talk about that, right?
I mentioned there's a discount.
Yeah. So okay. So one thing. So we've done several things to try to sort of. I don't know. Because this is sort of the definitive version of the game, because this is like the one that we feel like, okay, we've really made the version of State of Decay that we wanted to make. We want a lot of those people who we know are really into State of Decay. We want them to feel like, that it's okay for them to come back. That they're not sort of if they're having anxiety about whether or not it's a good idea to come back and play this game again. We want them back because we made this game for you guys. And so that was one reason why we wanted to make sure that there was a discount, so that if you bought the original game, you get this for $20 instead of $30.
It has to be in the same format, though. So
yeah, you got to grab it.
If you bought it off Xbox the first time, you need to buy it with the same account.
Yeah, on the Xbox
One.
And similarly, use your same Steam account if you bought it on Steam originally.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we said, okay, we needed a new mission type, which is there are those supply drop missions. We added a whole bunch of vehicles and weapons. We brought in took the favorite characters from Lifeline and all of the ideas about how to improve your base that worked in Lifeline. We brought those over, and we added Gurubani as like a specific reward exactly for the people who were coming back to the game for the second time. And all of that was...
The pathing has been completely redone.
Oh, yeah. So Brant spent a lot of time redoing the pathing to try to... Some of those really uncomfortable, why is the zombie doing that? Moments.
And to be completely transparent, they still do some of the goofy stuff that you saw them do, but not nearly as much.
Exactly, yeah. So there's so many parts of this game that have gotten a lot better. And so, I mean, in the end, of course, everybody knows, what's in their bank book, what they want to spend their money on. But we've done everything that we can to try to make this worthwhile, because we really believe in it. This has been a labor of love for us, and we are definitely very invested in this being a rewarding and worthwhile experience for everybody who puts their money up to have it. So. We hope you guys like it. I mean, I know that a lot of the folks on this channel are people who've been with us from the beginning, who are excited about this, and so we are kind of pouring our hearts into this game to try to make it the game that you guys have kind of always been wanting from us. And let's see, what time is it? I don't even know what time it is.
I don't know.
I can't see anything that tells me the time. Is it 12 o'clock? Now?
Is Gurubani available in the base game?
Gurubani is available in all 3 versions of the game. It's easier to show her in Breakdown because we just start right at the beginning. The other ones, because in Breakdown, she appears right on that front end menu, so you can just get her moment one. In the original game and in Lifeline, of course, you got to start out playing Marcus, playing Hawks, and so Gurubani doesn't show up until later on. Like once you establish your base and you gain the ability to to switch characters and make all those decisions, then Gurubani shows up in your radio, so you can call her in and add her to your community through the radio. What's going on? Ah, there we go. We got some time.
So
we got 5 minutes left.
For those of you who've joined after in the middle of this Twitch, there are several Lifeline characters that we're making available in Breakdown.
So it's we've got Hawks, Kilo, and Vince, and all 4 of them. We brought their. Somebody's in trouble. Someone's in trouble. My Spidey sense is tingling. All 4 of those characters. We brought the actors back into the voice booth, and they came in and re-recorded their lines. And oh my God! I think we might end up seeing one of our iconic death scenes. My hatchet is gone. I'm in trouble now.
If all cars are destroyed, will more spawn?
No. That's actually one of the things about State of Decay is the fact that when something is gone, it is gone. If you lose a character, that character is dead. If you lose a vehicle, that vehicle is gone. If you scavenged a building, nothing ever comes back to that building. It was actually one of the discussions that we had very early on when we were deciding what to do with Breakdown. There were a lot of different options. The goal we had was we're going to make this an infinite mode. We wanted this to be a game that had no end. And so some of our early thoughts were, what if we, just make it so that the places you scavenge, they respawn, and and last forever that way. But very quickly it became apparent that no, that's not what State of Decay is about. State of Decay isn't about just living somewhere where everything just sort of is easy and it comes back to you, and you just sort of life just keeps moving on, and everything and you get everything handed to you on a silver platter. That's not how it works. If you use something up in State of Decay, it's used up, and so that's why we ended up going for a New Game Plus style game where you play for as long as you can. You basically annihilate everything in the map, but then you have to if you want to get that stuff back, you gotta start over with harder zombies.
So we got a couple more questions. Can we or is the create ammo option from Lifeline available?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've added that back into the original game and into Breakdown. So if you upgrade your workshop with the, I think we're calling it like the munition shop or the ammunition shop or something.
Yeah.
We call it something. Anyway, one of the upgrades you can make to the workshop gives you the ability to refill your brass, make whatever caliber ammunition you want. And similarly, the kitchen, you can make snacks in the kitchen. You can repair things in your supply locker. Like all of those new things that came in to make life easier in Lifeline all that has been brought into the base game.
Can you invent a time machine so that it can be April 28th?
I don't want to do that because then I'll be 37 and I'll be really old. But my birthday is on April. Oh! I'm sorry.
Ow!
That was really awkward.
Ow!
Because Brant is about 57 years old. So anyway, so that would be wonderful. Except, we've got a few more I's to dot and T's to cross before this is quite ready to come out. But when it comes out, this is going to be the best thing we have ever completed, and we are super proud and excited for it. Thank you for your enthusiasm, because, like we were saying before, the only reason we get to make this game is because people were enthusiastic about the first game and told their friends about it, and downloaded it themselves, told other people to download it. Like that, the whole reason we're here is because of you guys. So we're trying to add as much as we can for you, and yeah.
The only reason my ex-wife gets half my paycheck is because you guys have stuck with us for so long.
And I'm sure she appreciates that.
She loves it. We can't thank you guys enough, and that's why we love to hear from you. That's why we're so involved on the forums and try to recognize your guys' contributions to the game as well, because we just couldn't do it without you, and we know that, and we love you for it.
So if your questions did not get answered, and you want to keep talking to us, you'll notice we've got our Twitter handles down here somewhere. And I feel like I'm pointing at the doobly-doo. So down here someplace we've got. Yeah, so it's like below you.
There's yours.
Mine's okay. You can see mine.
Thought it wouldn't be too bad.
All right. So anyway, please contact us on Twitter. We'd love to keep answering your questions. And if you haven't followed the Undead Labs channel, please follow the Undead Labs channel so you can find out. We do these all the time. And on Thursdays, we do Moonrise streams. And so you can see our other game with Jonathan, who's over there, and you can't see him. He and Peter Lim do these amazing streams of Moonrise, which, by the way, is like my other favorite game in the world. My daughters have actually both gotten really into Moonrise. And they can actually do, each of them, my middle daughter can do impressions of all of the creatures in Moonrise. She likes to entertain us by imitating all of their idle animations and their attacks. This is the kind of game you can get into like that. So please, follow our channel, watch our streams, and we'll be doing this every week for a little while, so please keep coming back. And
we've got a big one coming up too.
Yeah, actually, I think we're gonna be. Are we talking about that?
I don't know. We have a big one coming up.
We got a big one coming up next week, and we're gonna be bringing in different members of the team to sort of talk about their contributions to the game, what they've done. You won't have to look at both of our ugly mugs every single time. So yet another reason to come back.
Yep.
So please follow this channel.
Jeffrey's going to do interpretive dance.
Yes.
Next time. I'm just putting that out there.
Okay. You can put whatever out that you like.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I guess I need to click on something.
Yeah, we're going to click on stuff.
Make the stream go away. Where is it? It's up here. Broadcast. Turn it off.